Hello everybody, welcome back to Hard Enduro and Adventure Media. What's going on? Well, you may remember at the end of the last video vlog that I did at Spawnton Quarry last Monday the 29th, I mentioned at the end of the film that my wife had got injured whilst I was at the practice day. Now, she didn't get injured riding a bike or anything like that. She got injured baking a cake, can you believe? Whilst I'm riding a dirt bike all day, doing all sorts of daft stuff, she's at home baking a birthday cake for somebody, and then ends up nearly slicing her finger off. And most of the day in A&E, and then the following day she had to go back for surgery, but she's been very lucky with it. She's bandaged up at the moment, so I'm doing quite a lot of stuff at home, helping her with the horses. So fingers crossed it won't interfere too much with the schedule that I've got. But I'm confined to barracks for a week or so until she can get a bandage off and start doing things again. But I was going to show you what I've been doing now. So this is what I've been doing today. This is the lightweight adventure bike. If you're new to the channel, this bike was built last year at the start of lockdown in March 2020. The history of this bike, I'll go over it very, very briefly. I've owned it for, what, 7 years or so now. It had 5 hours on the clock when I bought it. It's a 250 EXC two-stroke. I've enduroed it, trail ridden it in various places. I've been to Portugal with it. It's been an absolutely fantastic bike. It's now got around 180 hours on the clock. It's had a one engine rebuild in its life. The concept of this lightweight adventure bike was a bit of a stopgap really before I sort of progressed onto a bigger four-stroke bike, and that will be happening hopefully at some point later this year. I was thinking of getting the 500 EXC, a brand new one, but with things how they are at the moment and the prices of bikes as well at the moment brand new, I'm looking in a slightly different direction of bike. It's going to be a big four-stroke, probably still a 450 at least. So more about that as and when it does happen. Hopefully August to September time, all being well, we should see some developments there. But this is the stopgap for the moment. Last year I did about 700 miles on it around the Yorkshire Dales and up towards the East Coast on some of those trails. And it never let me down once. It's been really good. So just going back to what we've been doing today, we've got the Tusk Traverse panniers for this bike now. I've had to order these from America. Now, I initially saw these on one of the American Facebook groups that I'm in, and you know, one of the guys had these. He was doing a review on them, and I thought they look pretty smart. Let's get a closer look. And you know, I looked at the price, which is about £100. And I thought, yeah, they'll do exactly what I want. They are what I would describe as a day bag, or day bags, shall we say. I've got one side opened up now, as you can see. They're quite roomy, actually. You can get quite a lot in there. And it's also got a side pocket. So one main pocket and a side pocket. And you've got a compression strap, so you can pull them in tight if need be. I'll just go around the other side. I'll just talk about the fastening on the bike. Now, the lower strap basically comes from the bottom of the pannier, and I've hooked it around the frame here, and then you sort of tie it back up. It's quite sturdy. But what I'm looking at doing is I'm looking at getting some sort of bracket here, with a slot in, so I can loop the strap through and make it a bit more sort of quick release. And then obviously we're not going around the frame. Just try and make it a little bit neater there. But at the back and on the top, you've got two heavy-duty Velcro straps which hold the panniers together on the top. And then at the rear, where it actually fastened onto the bike, you've got these two metal hooks, one here and one here, and that actually hooks into, well, it's hooking into the fender, the rear fender. And obviously you can see I've got this rack on. This is a Kitech machine rack. If you've not seen this before, if you look on some of the earlier videos on YouTube, the lightweight adventure bike videos, I talk all about this. That was probably the most expensive part of the build, to be fair, that Kitech machine rack. So having got these panniers on, I've now got also still the facility to put a tail pack on top as well and have it fairly secure. And this Kitech machine rack is pretty bulletproof actually. It's quite strong. So yeah, those are the Tusk Traverse bags. As you can see, they fit on nicely with the lines of the bike running down there. And we'll just look at the exhaust side. There's plenty of clearance there with the exhaust. And the underside is actually, well, the back of the pannier is quite a, it's quite a hard back pannier, sort of rubbery. So it's got quite a little bit of stiffness to it. So it's going to support anything, you know, like you've got in there. It's not going to flap about too much. So the straps are going to hold it quite taut. So yeah, I'm really impressed with the quality. That feels like a suede sort of rubber, does that. And you know, they're not 100% waterproof, but they are good quality. So if you are putting things in, you could, you know, wrap your stuff in a plastic bag or a sealable bag and then put it in the pannier. So that's just a little bit of an update on the two-stroke lightweight adventure bike. Hopefully we'll be out green laning fairly soon, out with my friend Mike, who just built a 450 EXC with a Rally Nomad tower on it. So look out for a video on that fairly soon as well. So that's it from me at the moment. Stay tuned. Hard Enduro and Adventure Media. See you soon.